And for more about Greenland, joining us now is Bart Marcois, foreign policy analyst, former career diplomat, and news commentator, creating daily bite-sized news and analysis under A Minute with Bart. Good to have you with us today, Bart. President Trump wants to build the Golden Dome. We've been hearing so much about it. Of course, partly that's why he wants to get access to Greenland. What do you think are the first steps Trump would take if the U.S. is granted control of the island?
I think that the first steps he would take would be to secure it in terms of defense. The reason he's been so hot on Greenland since almost the first day of his presidency is that China, in particular, has been making rapacious moves toward predatory moves toward Greenland. Maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I wrote an article about the Chinese ambitions in the Arctic, and I was shocked to discover that they were going around the world calling themselves an Arctic power. They have no hold on the Arctic, but they had intentions to take over there, and Greenland was going to be their entry point. And so he's gone in rhetorically and said, don't mess with Greenland, and he's made it as clear as possible that it's a top priority for him. So I think that he will move to secure Greenland from any kind of military incursion or military threat, and then to secure it from intelligence threats, from eavesdropping and that sort of thing from the Chinese and also from the Russians. But China is the real predator in the region.
Okay, if this mission somehow fails, if the U.S. were not able to come in and establish its presence more fully there, what would become of the way that China treats Greenland?
China has been working assiduously to undermine the current governing structure in Greenland. They've been doing what they've done all over the world. They go in and whisper in the ears of people who will listen. Listen, you could make a lot of money. You could retire and be rich. Just sign this cooperative agreement, this economic cooperative agreement that gives us access to your rare earth minerals, or that will let us come in and build a port for you, or build roads, or some other kind of infrastructure. And it would become a thin entering wedge, as it has in so many countries in Africa and in the southern hemisphere. They've gone to poor countries all over the world, and essentially they've made deals and found somebody that they could corrupt. I don't know who it is in Greenland. I don't know the details. I just know the way the Chinese government operates and what they've done in dozens of other countries. And anytime there are resources they want access to, that's their pattern. And that's what they would do. And before Greenlanders were aware, they'd wake up one morning and find that China was really in control of their future, their economic future, and a good deal of their political future.
And what does that look like, that scenario?
Oh, pick any country where they've already done it. It's slavery. It's extended slavery. They sign an agreement that gives them 40 years control over a key piece of infrastructure in exchange for building it or for building an improvement to it. And they bankrupt the country that they're working in. And the person who was the leader, who signed the agreement, quietly disappears and is living large in some resort location for the rest of his life because he got a multi-hundred-million-dollar bribe to sign the agreement. And the people of Greenland or whatever other country are left to pay the bill.
Can European allies manage to work on the strength of Greenland without the U.S.? Is there a scenario where that would ever be a likely outcome?
Never in a million years, because the European allies themselves are divided. There's a lot of Chinese influence in Western Europe, and also even in Central Europe and Eastern Europe. The Central and Eastern European countries are more resistant because they've only recently been liberated from communism, and they're very wary of any communist outreach. But there's a great deal of, I mean, look in the UK, look at the new Chinese embassy that Keir Starmer seems to have approved. I'm not sure whether it can be stopped or not, but they're building a massive Chinese embassy, and it just happens to have a secret room in the plans that will be just maybe 3 feet or 5 feet away from the main fiber optic cable, the main fiber optic channel that services the City of London and really all of the UK internet. That kind of proximity allows surveillance and spying, and Keir Starmer has let it happen. You know, can you rely on Keir Starmer to keep China out of Greenland when he can't even keep it out of London?
Well, certainly seems to be just the beginning of the story for Greenland. We'll be watching very closely. Thank you for your insights today, and good to see you again, Bart Marcois.
Great to be here. Thank you.